Welcome back to this week's episode of What to Eat. On today's episode, we're going to make some homemade pizza. When I say homemade pizza, we're going to do it straight from the dough, the sauce, everything. We make everything from scratch. This is going to be a quick video. I don't like to do a lot of talking or anything. It's only a few ingredients. Pizza is an Italian dish, but it became famous in Chicago, but New York is known to have the best pizza. So how can I make all these videos without making a homemade pizza? I'm right here in New York. I got to represent for my city. 4 cups of all-purpose flour, 2 1/4 teaspoons of some dry yeast. We're going to use 1 1/2 cups warm water, not cold. It's very important because the yeast is activated with the warm water, not the cold water. Then we're going to use 2 tablespoons of olive oil, 1 teaspoon of salt, 1 teaspoon of sugar. You don't have to use the sugar, but it helps. It helps the yeast to activate. And then you're gonna give it some time, mix it up. But before we begin, please don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. And leave a comment and tell us what you think of the video. And watch how fast we go through this with this homemade pizza. Now, let us begin. So now we back, the 1 1/2 cup of water. Use a measuring cup. Again, this is warm water, not hot, not cold. 1 1/2. Now keep in mind, you might need to use some extra water. Or well, by the end of the day, you might have to adjust some of your ingredients. So we're gonna start with 3 1/2 cups of all-purpose flour. Again, it might be 3 1/2 to 4 cups, but we're gonna start with 3 1/2. And make sure you don't pack the flour. Make sure it's loose, so that makes a difference. So that's 1 cup. I'm using this device to put the flour in slowly because you don't want to pack it, so you don't want to scoop it out because it would be too dense on the dough. That's 2 cups. That's 3 cups. Now let's get this little half in there. That's fine right there. Now we're gonna make like a little well in the middle. And I'll drop our ingredients. It doesn't really matter what order you drop the ingredients from. We're gonna do our salt. Take the salt in there. We're gonna use a little, I don't know if I told you, it was a teaspoon of salt, a teaspoon of cornmeal. You don't have to put that in there, that's optional. Again, the sugar is optional. Now we're gonna put our olive oil in there. For the olive oil, we're gonna put 2 tablespoons. 2 tablespoons of olive oil. That's 1. And that's 2. And last but not least, we're gonna throw our yeast in here. Now that we have all our ingredients in, we're gonna slowly mix it together. We're gonna slowly mix it together till it becomes like a crumb. Make sure you get the sides. Once you get the ingredients together, it's gonna form, let me see. See, it's gonna mix together, it comes together real fast. Don't worry about that. And which is actually good is because now what we're going to do is we're going to transfer this to start kneading it. So I'm not going to do the whole thing at once because I got a small work area. So I'm going to bring this by my wooden board here, and I'm just going to show you half and half at a time. So what you want to do is, so it doesn't stick, you want to take a little bit of flour, put it on your work area, like that, and then put a little bit of flour on your hands so the mix don't stick on your hand, so the dough don't mix on your hand. This is kind of warm, so you see it? Now, that's it. Now, you're just going to turn it over like that. You're getting all the air out. That's it. Just pushing it over, kneading the dough. That's it. That's it. See? And you do this for about 5-10 minutes. And you're getting all the moisture and stuff out. And this is called kneading the dough. And then from here, you could notice if it needed like some more ingredients, like if it was not moist enough or not dry enough. You're just gonna do this for, nah, it's soft. But like I said, you're just gonna keep doing this for like 4 or 5 minutes. See what I'm doing? You just like using the heel of your thing. Turn it over like that, that's it. And then like I said, if it's getting too sticky or like if it gets sticky, just put a little more flour. Because you can feel like the moisture coming out and you don't want it to stick to your board. See? Look at that. And just do this like I said. Do it for about 5 minutes. Yeah, well, it forms a dough. But like I said, now I feel like a little moisture coming through. Just sprinkle a little more flour on the thing. Keep it together. And then, like I said, once you get used to it, yeah, you don't want it to stick to the wood. So a little more flour, don't go crazy. You just wanna.
Nah, yo, look at your arms. They look like you know, they look like they swelling up. They swelling up. That's hot, brothers. I mean, I know it's real dough, but you killing it.
Now we're gonna just put it into a nice little ball. See, like that. Put a little olive oil around, just in case. Let me get another pan, because I'm gonna put this in another bowl. A separate bowl from the other bowls. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna put a little bit of oil in here. And we're gonna put this in here. And we're gonna let this sit. I'm gonna cover this with some plastic. And we're gonna let this sit for about a half an hour to an hour. Okay, now we're back to finish this video. You've seen us put together this dough. Now, it's been like about an hour and a half since we let it sit. You wanna take the air out, punch it down like that, get all the air out. I'm gonna put a little bit of flour on our working board. I'm gonna put it right here instead of doing all that extra. I'm gonna just do everything right here. I'll put a little bit of flour on that so it doesn't stick. And this is our dough right here. A little more flour. So we're not gonna be crazy with it. What we're gonna do is just form the outer layers. We're just gonna keep pushing the side out like that, forming our crust. Keep turning it around. And then we're gonna pick it up and stretch it out a little bit. Like that. It's a little thin, just in case you get any little holes or something, you just cover those up. But we don't want to go too crazy. It's not like the movies all the time when you see them throwing the pizza up high in the air and everything. You don't need all that. Just gonna form the crust, put it out here, spread it out, cover the surface. Now that we got that, we're gonna start adding our sauce. I'm gonna take a regular can of tomato sauce, put it in the center, just like that. I'll take our spoon and lightly just cover everything. You don't want too much sauce. Go all the way to the edges. If you see you need some more, just add a little more. But you don't want to drown it, so. Or like right up to the edge, not directly to the edge, because you know you want to leave some room for the crust. You don't want it on the crust, you just want it on the line right there. Now normally, what I would do is I would season my sauce, make a nice little seasoning into it together. But since I didn't do that, what I'm gonna do is just put a little bit of seasoning on top right now. Put a little bit of salt on it. Not too much. Some garlic powder. And like I said, this is to taste. So you can do this or you can not do this, it's up to you. Salt, garlic powder, that's kind of it that you want to put on there. Oh, and I sprinkle a little bit of sugar on top. You don't have to. That just cuts the acid from the tomato sauce. Some people now that we got that, got me a nice. You want some low moisturizer mozzarella cheese. I already bought mine already pre-shredded. You can buy a block and shred it yourself. And you don't have to get crazy with the cheese. It's up to you. Just go along the baseline. Unless you want an extra cheese pizza, just kind of fill in the little blanks. That should be it. Now, because I knew I was going to do the pizza, what I went and got, I don't eat any beef or pork, so I went and got me some turkey pepperoni. We're going to just put some pepperoni on. And while this is working on this, preheated my oven to 500. Pizza cooks real fast, so you want to make sure the oven is very hot. So I put mine on 500. We're gonna leave it in there for maybe 10 minutes. Check on it, switch it around. Again, this is it. So once it's in the oven, you want to check on it maybe halfway through. Check the bottom. If you see the bottom is already browning, you spin it around a little bit, make sure that it doesn't burn. And that's about it. So I think we're done. The other thing I can do now is throw this in the oven. Next time you see this, I'll be cutting the slice off. All right. Thank you for joining us on this week's episode of What to Eat. I hope you enjoyed the video. Look at that. Can't wait till it's done. Like I said, 10 minutes, 500. It's going to be perfect. And I'll see you on the next video. See you next week. Please don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. We do appreciate the support that we receive from y'all. So thank you and have one good one. See you next week.